The frozen horror awakens, bursting forth from its icy tomb, awaiting Zargon's call. Do you have the bravery and skill to confront its evil barbarian? This week, I take a look at the latest expansion for the Heroquest board game from Avalon Hill, coming right up on RPG Retro Reviews. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel RPG Retro Reviews. I'm Captain Courageous and I review old school modules and games and try to give them a fun and informative analysis. This week, I'm pulling the cover off the latest expansion to Avalon Hill's Heroquest board game, The Frozen Horror. But before I get too deep into that, let me take 1 minute and 45 seconds to thank the sponsor of this video, Dark Wizard Games.
From Dark Wizard Games, maximum mayhem has been unleashed, returning once more to wreak havoc and destruction. Old school adventures designed in the classic style, with outrageous villains, deadly encounters, and wicked dungeons. Re-edited and updated, and ready to be reprinted once again with a super fast turnaround of only a couple of months, this is a collection of maximum mayhem ready to bring maximum fun to your gaming table. If you love the classic adventure modules of yesteryear, you're going to love these 8 exciting modules, jam-packed with unique puzzles, tricks, traps, and exciting encounters. From the dungeons of a wicked vampire queen, the bogs of a haunted swamp, to the crazed, twisting labyrinth of the Mad Master, peril, intrigue, and mystery await you. Exciting new artwork from Carlos Castelo, and the highest quality dungeon maps created by the best old-school artist in the RPG industry. If all of this were not enough, also included is the Monsters of Mayhem, humor, horror, and wickedness await you in this bestiary of 48 new monsters to terrorize your players. Now including artwork from the legendary artist Jeff D. New to this collection is the Shadow of the Necromancer adventure, now for both the 5th edition of the world's greatest role-playing game and Ozric, the old-school reference and index compilation, but all modules are compatible with virtually any old-school rules set. Every module is printed on high-quality cardstock and paper, large typesetting making them easy to read. All of this packaged in a beautiful optional box add-on. What are you waiting for? Isn't it time your players experienced maximum mayhem? Link for the Kickstarter is in the description.
Okay, let's just dive right in. I've already done a complete review of the new Heroquest box set from Avalon Hill, so if you don't know what Heroquest is or want to see a direct comparison between the original 1989 release and the new Heroquest released from Avalon Hill, then this video here will do all of that for you. When I heard that Avalon Hill was re-releasing this classic expansion, I was immediately enthusiastic about it. The original expansion to the game was released in 1992 as the Barbarian Quest Pack in the US and the Frozen Horror Quest Pack in the UK. The quest details solo quests for the barbarian character and an overarching story, seeing their barbarian character returning to the frozen lands of their youth to face one of Zargon's monsters, the Frozen Horror. Getting this original quest pack has been crazy expensive on eBay for years and not realistically attainable unless you lucked out at a yard sale or consider yourself a collector. Now it's back at bigger and, dare I say, better than ever. I snagged mine off Amazon for only $44.99. The quest pack opens with the tribal elders assigning the barbarian character the daunting task of completing 3 dangerous solo quests to determine worthiness to become their champion. If the barbarian can survive those challenges, then they can call upon their companions, the elf, dwarf, and the wizard, to join them on a quest to Ice Mountain, where the heroes will face off against the Frozen Horror and its minions. The components of this expansion pack include the quest booklet, 3 cardboard tile sheets, 35 game cards that detail new dread spells, treasures, monsters, equipment, magic items, and a new character card for the female version of the barbarian. There is another pad of character sheets, but blue ink to represent the ice theme of the set, 2 blue movement dice, 6 icy blue combat dice, a frozen iron and wooden door, 12 mercenary miniatures, 3 ice goblin miniatures, 2 yeti miniatures, 2 polar warbear miniatures, the frozen har miniature itself, and a female barbarian miniature. Let me just say, these sculpts are just beautiful. I mean, look at the detail on the barbarian figure. I really want to paint this up, but wow, they really knocked it out of the park with this frozen har miniature. It's huge. All of the miniatures are really well done and finely detailed. The plastic mix they are using, which seems like a combination between RTV and hard plastic, is flexible, similar to WizKids miniatures, but also hard but not brittle like the original Heroquests were. And this means that they keep their shape very well. There's no bent weapons or muddled details, but the miniature will flex, making them durable and able to avoid stress fractures. Even if you never even play Heroquest as a board game, you'll definitely want to add these miniatures for your fantasy collection. The tile sheets are also top-notch. The colors are vibrant and highly detailed, and they are double-sided. Once again, you can probably find a use for these at your gaming table even if you don't play Heroquest. There's just lots of utility here. The addition of the clear icy blue combat dice is a really nice touch. As I went through the many components of this set, the word cool just kept coming out of my mouth. Maybe the pun is intended a little bit. As with the new box set and its expansions, Keller's Keep and Return of the Witchlord artwork has been updated. The Alchemy Shop is still shown on the inside cover of the quest booklet, but now you also have the equipment cards, so you can just add them directly to your character's inventory. Zargon gets 6 new cold-themed dread spells. You've got new monster cards with their stats, of course, and cards for the various henchmen. The henchmen can be hired to accompany the heroes on a quest, and in some cases there are evil versions waiting to pounce an unwary hero on the various quests. Here there are 10 new treasure cards that are to be added to the treasure deck during play. And here I did a side-by-side of the previous quest packs and the Frozen Horror quest pack just to give you an idea of how much bigger an expansion this is to the game. In addition to providing the quest for this pack, the quest book lists several key differences with this expansion and the original box set, a few rules clarifications and changes, some notes on wandering monsters, and of course, Mentor's opening message. Finally, if you haven't already, you should download the Heroquest app from the Play or App Store. All current expansion quests are available, and the Heroquest app does a phenomenal job of taking on the role of Zargon. You still need to actually roll the dice and use the board game components, but the app will alert you when you've activated traps, when wandering monsters appear, and so on, which means that out of the box, you could play the first 3 solo barbarian quests, well, solo. So anyway, the retail price on this expansion set is only $44.99, and in my opinion is a great value. Whether you love Heroquest or just looking to get some nice miniatures and components for use in your D&D game, this expansion is really phenomenal. Avalon Hill has really stepped up their game with the support of the Heroquest board game, well beyond my expectations, and I'm excited to see what they release next. Speaking of which, is Rogue, Heir of Elathorn, due out in December. This is an expansion that adds a rogue character to the Heroquest game, and I have to say, this also looks pretty cool. I'm not really going to do a D20 review of this expansion, as I already did that for the board game. Hopefully this video will give you a good idea about the game, maybe inspire you to check out my original review video. I did provide some affiliate links in the description, and if you decide to add this to your collection, please help out the channel by clicking on them to make your purchase. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found this review useful and enjoyable. I'd like to take the time to thank all my patrons who make this channel what it is and those videos possible. Thank you so much. Next week, I'll be stepping away from D&D related reviews again and taking an in-depth look at the Barbarians of Lemuria RPG, a pulp fantasy style role-playing game with its own unique mechanics. Please give this video a like, comment, and share. Please check out my Teespring store for great gaming swag, t-shirts, carry bags, coffee cups, and more. Join the channel's Facebook page, RPG Retro Reviews. Consider supporting the channel by becoming a patron yourself, or alternatively, you can just send a tip through the PayPal tip jar. A link is in the description. And as always, my friends, may your D20 roll true and game on.